This is my first time at the AACTE conference, and I have gone to a lot of different sessions, and what I love is that issues of teacher diversity are being talked across the different sessions. It's not just the ones that have teacher diversity in the title.
Very relevant for the audience at AACTE because they're teachers and teacher educators, so these are potentially methods that they might use to help their students in the classroom.
I look at our association, and one of the things I'm very proud of, it has emphasized the need for us to work more collaboratively in partnership with our schools.
Coming up, finding new methods of helping pre-service teachers become better at cross-cultural competency, using simulation, having teachers actually practice teaching in simulated environments.
So we get our candidates off campus for the whole semester in the neighborhood where children live and learn, so that they're having authentic opportunities to engage and advance the priorities of people who live in the neighborhood.
It's really about engaging students, and that's not something that a test is going to measure.
Someone who's cross-culturally competent is not someone who's memorized all the scripts of how to act in a particular country or region. It's someone who's adaptive, who's a good decision maker, can think on the fly, and learn from their mistakes.
It's about relationships with students, and it's about commitments to staying in the schools that you're needed in the most.
We really believe that to be an excellent teacher, you don't just need to know your content and have effective delivery strategies. You really need to understand the context of children's lives.
And this is not to suggest that the curriculum is not important or instruction is not important, but it suggests that they see more to this educational experience.
There is sometimes a mismatch in the perspectives that people take, students and teachers. So how do you bridge that gap?
Culturally responsive pedagogy, and that means engaging in your practice and art of teaching in a way that's going to speak to me for where I am and what I experience in my everyday life.
And it's not necessarily just the match of someone of the same ethnicity, but what are those intangibles that we see that may be able to transfer over to other teachers to say, okay, how do we connect with students of color in a way that produce and motivate learning?
It takes that personal touch where everybody sees that as a part of their responsibility.
To engage and develop close relationships with children and family, elders and pastors, all of that redefines the notion of who is a teacher educator and whose voice matters in the education of future teachers.
What that would allow for is more conversations about engaging with and working with students of color, understanding more of what those cultural lenses that they come from, understanding the diversity that happens within students.
Candidates transforming their prior schema of a low-income community and reframing that in terms of the assets and the strength and resilience, persistence and perseverance that families have.
A teacher then has a responsibility to learn that, to know that, to appreciate that, to value that, and to use it as a strength upon which they will build their teaching skills and their practice of an art of teaching.